This is a disclaimer. I'm starting a new series where I play Animal Crossing or show you my designs in Animal Crossing. But while I do that, I explain something that I'm interested in. It's called Animal Crossing Ant. The Ant, like I stated before, is anything from true crime, including cult and murder, to history to anime that I like to watch. None of the information I provide is a comprehensive guide on the subject. Expect heavy spoilers. Again, heavy spoilers. This is just for entertainment. If you have anything to add or ask about the subjects discussed in the video, please let me know in the comments. All resources I have used for the references will be in the description or the video itself. And with that, onto the video. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Today,
oh.
sorry.
Oh
Wow.
Well,
this is how we started, and we're gonna keep going. Say your name.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Brittany. And today we're diving into the mesmerizing world of Mononoke, a Japanese anime that masterfully blends horror and folklore. It is also one of my favorite anime ever made. I've watched each episode countless times and I still rewatch it as a comfort watch for myself. I figure we could start with something a little scary to start off the spooky season. So let me give you some information. It was produced by Toei Animation in 2007. The series is a spin-off of the 2006 anthology Ayakashi Samurai Horror Tales and has captured the imaginations of viewers worldwide. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the story, I wanted to let you know I will not be posting any material from the show. As you know, Japanese copyright laws are intense, so I will just stick to a verbal retelling. Thank you. Let's get into it. So, set between the end of the Edo period and the Meiji era, Mononoke introduces us to a fascinating four-class system where samurai reigned supreme and merchants, like our protagonist, the medicine seller, occupy the lowest tier. This rich historical backdrop adds depth to the eerie tales that unfold.
And
the animation style of Mononoke is a unique blend of traditional Japanese art and modern techniques, creating a visually striking and surreal atmosphere. It uses vibrant, bold colors and intricate patterns reminiscent of ukiyo-e. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do we need a Japanese person to come and translate the name for you?
I think so. Google.
Ukiyo-e.
Ukiyo-e woodblock prints, giving the series a distinctly old world feel. The characters and backgrounds often appear as if they were drawn on parchment, with fluid, dynamic lines that enhance the mystical tone of the story. The series frequently incorporates unconventional framing and perspective, lending a theatrical quality to the animation that makes each scene feel like a moving painting. This unconventional and stylized approach to animation perfectly complements the eerie supernatural themes of the show. At the center of this story is the enigmatic character known simply as the medicine seller, voiced by Takahiro Sakurai in the original series and Hiroshi Kamiya in the upcoming film adaptations. Alright, here comes a rant. Rant incoming. Where is Mononoke Karakasa? It is the first movie of a trilogy that is planned under the Mononoke name and style. It's about the Ooku, which I love. It is basically every dream I have had for Mononoke to cover when it comes to Japanese culture. If you're unaware, the Ooku, or Great Interior, that's like the English translation, which refers to the women's quarters of Edo Castle. This was the exclusive domain where the women connected to the reigning shogun lived. Also, similar sections in the castles of powerful daimyo like the Satsuma domain were also called the Ooku. Anyway, where is this movie? It had its Japanese release in theaters on July 26th of this year, and then after that, just poof, it's gone. There is nothing, literally nothing. No news of what is next, not even illegal streaming platforms have it. Not that I'm looking, whatever. If you have any information, please let me know. Not even Reddit has given me a straight answer, go figure. But the point still stands. Where in the is this? Okay, back to the content I was explaining before.
I think, so in Japan they tend to be tunnel vision into their own, to where they don't know what IP, they have, and they think nobody outside of Japan is a fan of what said property. So they kind of encapsulize it,
No, that's very true. A lot of Japanese directors, I forget, I think this was on the anime channel. I think he said that they're shocked to hear that they have so many fans outside of Japan. So many Western fans.
Yeah, they're leaving a lot of money on the table, if you ask me. Because I know, I mean, this is getting off topic to another anime, but like, for the longest time, Japan didn't realize that they had a big following of Dragon Ball fans in the West.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why they kind of left a lot of stuff over in Japan, didn't send it over.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. The basic plot of the whole series is the medicine seller wandering through various chapters, each presenting him with new supernatural threats to face. Mononoke are a type of ayakashi, which are unnatural spirits that cling to the human world, drawn to negative emotions like anger, sadness, and fear. The medicine seller uses his extensive knowledge of the supernatural to confront these spirits, but there's a method to his madness. To defeat each Mononoke, he must uncover the 3 key aspects: its katachi, or form, its makoto, the truth, and its kotowari, the reasoning behind its existence. Only when he fully understands these elements can he draw his sword and exorcise the spirit, which makes for great drama. And anyone who loves a good horror movie knows that horror is basically a very scary drama looking into the inner workings of human nature. This intricate process not only drives the narrative, but also offers viewers a deeper reflection on the human condition. Each encounter with a Mononoke serves as a haunting reminder of how our emotions can linger and manifest in unexpected ways. Since its original release, Mononoke has inspired manga adaptations, stage plays, and the anime film trilogy that I have ranted about before. Anyway, let's get into the explanation of the first 2 episodes, which make up the first chapter, Zashiki Wawashi.
You know, I have a confession to make.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think I've ever watched Mononoke.
And I've tried to get you to, which upsets me.
Why?
Because I love it.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know. Well, what is the genre for it? It's horror?
Yes, it's horror. And horror folklore. We'll
Yeah.
say, yeah. Horror folklore.
I don't know. I might need some more convincing, because does the
You need more convincing.
how does the animation hold up now?
Oh
'Cause
my
it is
gosh, are
2024.
you kidding? This animation style will never die. It's incredibly. I just explained it.
I know you did that, but why? But why do you think it'll never die and always hold up?
Because it's very unique. Outside of all the other anime animation that you usually see. And like it said, it's so heavily based off of traditional Japanese paintings and drawings like ukiyo-e that, yeah.
Well, so is this more hand-drawn versus animated? Like with computers?
I think this first series probably was more hand-drawn, but the movies, they're looking like they have more of the computerized animation.
Yeah, because they got a bigger budget.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because I tend to feel that animes that are hand-drawn, you can definitely tell a difference. Like, it stands out, you know? It's like watching an old American movie before all the CG came out, you're like, oh no, he actually jumped from one car to another. And you can tell, like, that's not green screen at all. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It hits different.
It's completely unique. Do you want to watch it?
We'll see.
Okay, let's get through this first chapter. While spending the night at a traditional inn, the enigmatic medicine seller stumbles upon a chilling phenomenon. He encounters Shino, a pregnant woman desperately seeking shelter from the rain. She is initially denied entry by the owner, Hisayo, and her helper, Tokuchi. However, when faced with social pressure by the people around them who hear Shino, a pregnant woman, yelling about their cruelty and denying her entry, they change their minds. She's led to the last vacant room, but what she doesn't realize is that this room is haunted by a group of Zashiki Wawashi, spirits of children who were lost long ago. We'll discuss how they were lost later. when an assassin named Naosuke targets Shino and her unborn child, the Shishiki Wawashi spring into action, killing Naosuke and eliminating the threat to protect her. This prompts the medicine seller to place a protective talisman over Shino's unborn baby and to investigate the origins of these mysterious spirits. We later find out that Naosuke was hired by the people who used to employ Shino as a maid. Shino and their young master, the son of the family, had an affair with one another. The relationship had progressed to the point where the young master professed love for Shino, and she reciprocated despite their differences in status. However, he became distant when Shino announced to him that she was pregnant. In order to escape the pressure of having an abortion, Shino ran away in order to try and give birth to her baby in peace. The innkeeper, Hisao, reveals a dark truth. The inn was once a brothel she owned, where she, with the help of Tokuji, forced her sex workers to undergo abortions. Shino's room is the very place where these tragic events occurred. It is interesting to see how Hisao acts and reacts around Shino. She is dismissive of her feelings, and we later have a scene where she calls Shino a stupid girl. Hisao sees Shino as one of the sex workers who she used to employ. She sees her body and low status as a means to make money. The high status men who come to use her body do not care for love, and neither should she. As the medicine seller pieces together the story, he realizes that the Zashiki Wawashi are drawn to Shino because of their deep desire to be born. In revenge for having been thrown away callously by Hisao and Tokuji, the Zashiki Wawashi take their revenge by brutally killing them both. In a heart-wrenching moment, Shino agrees to give birth to these spirits, believing it could offer them a chance at life. She removes the protective talisman from her stomach, despite the medicine seller's desperate protests. However, as the spirits overwhelm her, Shino's own child begins to bleed, putting both their lives in danger. Realizing that their wish to be born would only harm the one person who showed them kindness, the Suzuki Wawashi make a heartbreaking choice. They allow the medicine seller to destroy them with his sword, ending their suffering and protecting Shino and her unborn child. Okay, Christian, what'd you think?
So, I guess the first question would be...
Yeah.
Are each of these episodes, do they like... Is this an episode of a greater story that connects all the this character together? Like, does it expand upon it?
Not this specific story. It's an anthology series. What's really great and specific about Mononoke is, so they'll take character designs, and as I mentioned before, it goes through the Edo and the Meiji periods, right? So you're going back and forth through time. And so maybe you'll see a similar character design in a different story. I think what they're showing is not just the progression through time, but also maybe those people's relatives are also experiencing some Mononoke activity with the medicine seller. So I think these people have an affinity towards Mononoke, and their relatives through time are going to meet the medicine seller.
Okay, so it's not like a a case of either reincarnation, like the original
Wow.
character that
See, you know what? I never thought about that. It could be reincarnation. Wow, what a great observation.
Well, I'm just trying to understand, from the synopsis that you gave of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the main character is like that design shows up later on.
The medicine seller.
Yeah, but like, say the medicine seller's name is Brittany in the first episode.
No, so the medicine seller, I don't think is a mortal being. Or at least, I can't remember if he says he's a mortal being, and if he is, he's definitely like reincarnated, but he's like reincarnated with his prior, knowledge of who he was.
Okay, so the medicine seller
stays the same.
It is the anchor to the story.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because what this kind of reminds me of?
No.
And I know this came first, but what was that anime we watched? The Yomishibai?
Oh.
To where they were like just pocket episodes that were self-containing stories of like Japanese folklore.
Ooh, I forget the name.
Yeah, it was Yomishibai.
Oh yeah, you probably
Yeah. To where like the creepy guy from the intro screen that was like the narrator, but he was like the anchor between all the seasons.
Yomishibai. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. On one side is it kind of correlates something like that. Like Yomishibai took from Mononoke, the style of storytelling, I guess.
No, that makes complete sense. Great observation, Christian. This episode of Mononoke delves into themes of motherhood, sacrifice, and the consequences of our past actions. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Shino's heartbreaking journey, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What did you think about the Sashiki Wawashi's choice? Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.